We are live. Hi, everybody. This is Jacob and Stella. Welcome to another episode of Online Boss. We're gonna share with you everything with to do with being your own boss online. Today, our special guest is Talia from Canada. Hi, Talia. Thank you for coming on our
Hey.
show.
Yeah, thanks for
Hi.
having me. It's good to be here.
How are you today?
I'm doing very good.
Good, good. So, introduce yourself, please. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Absolutely. So, I'm from Southern Alberta, Canada, and I am a mom of three. I am a foster parent and a homeschooling parent, so that keeps me very busy in my home. And um, I love to be outside. I love to travel. We were just camping this last weekend with my kids and enjoying some outdoor time, taking them on some adventures. So it was a lot of fun. And yeah, that's a little bit about me.
And you are a mother of three, right? I'm not sure if I get that right. I look at
Yeah.
some picture of you. I think, yeah, okay. So Stella, you have any questions?
Uh, I also enjoy going outdoor, and I can see that you're pretty tan. uh, it must be a wonderful feeling that we have a business that is flexible, so we can accommodate our time schedule as a mom, and then also as a business owner. So how did you find this business? Do you have any, like, do you really look for an online business before, or tell me more about that?
Well, for me, I wasn't even looking for an online business when I came across this. To be honest with you, I didn't even come across it myself at first. My cousin came across this online business and she started working online. And, she would just, as she was building her business, she only said a few little things. She didn't really say much, but I was kind of curious. And
Mm-hmm.
then my mom actually jumped in online, started working online with my cousin, building a business. And it was about a week after my mom started looking through everything, she came to me and she said, I was going to tell you about this later, after I kind of really understood it and got into it. She said, but I know that if you don't start this with me now, that, you have to do it now. I can't wait. I
Wow.
can't wait because that'll just put you behind. So she told me all about it. Kind of introduced it to me, and then of course it was my mom, so there was really, I was only a little bit skeptical, but I just knew that whatever my mom does, I just kind of, I follow her, like I trust her. So that's kind of how I came across this business.
Mom knows
Wow, that
Yeah, definitely.
mom knows all. That's amazing. So, is this your first business, or you have business before?
I actually, I've been a part of a couple other businesses, but I didn't really take them very seriously back at that point. It was, selling makeup, or
been.
the other, I tried selling freeze dried foods, and it's just when it just didn't work for me. It wasn't my niche, and there was there's too many people out there that do the exact same thing, and there's just not enough market for it, right? There's not enough people out there that want to buy makeup from me in my little circle of friends. And
Mhm.
so really, how do you make a living when you got to sell to family and friends? I couldn't do it. So um
Yeah,
it didn't
I
work for me.
understand that. But
Yeah,
I love freeze dried food. They're
I do
delicious.
too.
Yeah, but I think that maybe the profit, the margin is not enough
Yeah.
to have a business, right? So, what attracts you most when you find out about the business that your mom is doing?
Well, right at the beginning, one of the things that attracted me the most, and this goes right hand in hand with what I was saying about, having just your circle of friends that you have to bug to buy things for in other businesses. One of the things that attracted me the most about this particular business was that I didn't even have to talk to family and friends about it. right? Because we're taught how to market globally, to find people who are looking for what we have to offer, and they come to us. And to me, that was super attractive, because I'm not good at talking to people about business. I'm not good at, hey, do you want to buy something from me? Hey, do you want to host a party? Bugging people. I just feel sick about that kind of stuff. It's just not who I am. And so I don't do it. Right. I'll just fail at those kind of businesses because it's not something I'm comfortable with. But coming into this business and learning that I didn't have to talk to family or friends, I didn't have to rely on my inner circle of people in my life to make my business thrive, right? That was what really drew me in. And then the fact that I could build this business and create a lifetime income for my kids too, which was, so those two things together, just as soon as I learned about that, I was sold. So
Awesome. I agree with you. To be honest, about probably 15 years ago or even 18 years ago, when I just arrived in Canada, I met some friends and they introduced me into this skincare or makeup stuff. They sell it to me. They told me that if you sell it, you can make money too. But I it's about like house party, like put facial on you, that kind of stuff. I do like the product, but when you get to the point that I have to ask somebody to buy it, that's when I couldn't do it. So when I found out that there's a system actually does all the product and selling for us, so I was like really amused for that. So when you find out about this business, you have any hesitation? Just a little bit, right? How did you get past that?
I don't like being left behind. And so, to be honest with you, like I said, my cousin was into this. My mom got into online business, and I actually have 10 other family members who also run online businesses as well. So there's a lot of my family members. And so when everybody was just embracing this and really learning and running with this, I just knew that I had to get over my skeptical heart. Like, I had to just, break down those walls, because we all have them. We set up those walls so that we can be safe and in our comfort zone, right? But there's no growth that happens in your comfort zone. And so I kept bugging my cousin, hey, tell me everything so I can make a decision. And she just said, this is the process, go through these step by step. And I said, can't you just give me the Coles notes? Like, just tell me everything in like 2 sentences. Like, can't you? And that's not even possible, Talia. You have to do your homework. You have to find out if this is for you. And then if it isn't, no hard feelings, right? You just move on. And so I finally had to get over myself, to get over my skeptical. It only took me about a week to really work through all my skepticalness. And then I just decided, well, you know what? I can see that everybody else is really enjoying this, and I don't want to be left behind, 2 years down the road saying, man, I wish I had started, but, I didn't. And so I just kind of jumped in and knew that the rest would take care of itself if I just trusted that I could do this. So.
Yeah, I think it's human nature. Like, we don't want to be left behind.
Yeah, right? Fear of missing out.
Talia, I know that your business is growing, and then when our business grows, there's also more, more things that we need to manage. As a mom of 3, how do you manage your time? Like, how much time you have to put into the business and, with family? How do you manage it?
You know what? That's a really great question, because I have a lot of people ask me, how do you manage this? And because I also have kids that are special needs, it creates a busy life. But you know what? You have to prioritize the things that matter, right? So my business matters because I'm building a business for my kids. And I'm building a business that will help to support my kids even when I'm gone. will be able to live a great, comfortable life as years go on. They'll be comfortable, but even when I'm not here, they'll still be taken care of, which means a lot to me. And so when you put that in perspective and you prioritize the things that are going to make a big difference, then little things like, sometimes the house is messy, and sometimes that's okay, right? Because you can't keep up with everything. I watched a little video the other day on YouTube, and a gentleman talked about balancing plates. And there's a circus act where they balance all those plates on the sticks, right? And they spin the plates and they balance them all. And when you have so many different things going on, there's no way you can keep them all spinning at the same time. You have to prioritize, okay, this one is slowing down, so I need to spin this one right now. And then as this plate slows down, you spin this one. So it's not about spinning everything at the same time. It's about choosing what needs. So if I know that my kids are having a harder day, then I might only spend a couple minutes on my business. And I'll prioritize, okay, my kids need a lot more personal one-on-one mom time today. Whereas if my kids are having a really good day and they're playing really well and they're doing what they're supposed to, then I might spend a couple hours on my business, right? So it just depends on what's needed. And I think the flexibility of running your own online business, it works really well for my family, because I'm able to do that. I'm able to wake up in the morning and go, okay, these are the things that need to happen today. And then if something happens, that they can change and work with my schedule, right? So
that's a wonderful analogy. Yes. So what's the biggest factor that has helped you to become successful?
The biggest thing in success across the board, whether it's success in a career, it's success in your own business, it's success in school or family, it's all about consistency, right? So whatever it is you choose to do, you have to stick to it. Because if you choose to learn how to play an instrument, but then you only play it for 2 weeks and then you decide, well, I'm moving on, then you're never going to be I'm a ukulele player. You'll never be a successful ukulele player if you only do it for 2 weeks, right? If you play that ukulele for 10 years, you're going to find out that you're an accomplished, successful ukulele player. It's the same with anything else. It's the same with parenting. You can't, put out an effort in teaching your children one thing and then be lax on it the next day, because then your kids aren't going to learn those lessons. And same thing in our businesses, right? You be consistent every single day in the things that need to be done and where you want to go. So you have your goals and you look at them every day and you know that that's where I'm going, then you're going to find success, but you have to stick to that same path.
Yeah. So that's so right. Anything that in my life I become really good at, I all spend a few years to practice. I didn't play any instrument, but I was learning how to DJ. I practiced a few years. I become really good at it. And even though they did the video game and I played, for me to rank up, I need to play every day. Consistency is everything. Stella, how do you feel about that?
It's the same. Like like potty training, like your kids, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
It took my kids like almost a year to actually being like not using diapers anymore. And then same thing also for my own success. It needs repetition, consistency, and that mindset. Okay, I'm gonna chase that goal no matter what the price. And you're very true. You really saying everything the right thing. And then I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because if we give up too soon, you will never know that if you can make it or not, right?
Yeah. But do you schedule any me time?
You know what? Right now I'm actually at my mom's house. So Thursday nights are I do work during my days with my kids, but Thursday night is my work night or just my me time. So I come and hang out with my mom. We get things done. She's also in business, like I mentioned. So we work together, or if we know that, it's been somebody's had a hard week, we'll go out for dessert. I mean, that depends on what's going on in the world. If we can meet together, or if we can go out, but we do. So Thursday nights are my me time, and I do whatever it is that I either need to get done or just want to do, right? So I do have me time because I think it's really important, especially as I'm a stay-at-home mom with my kids. It's important to have that self-reflection time, or just where we take care of ourselves so that we can be at our best to take care of our kids and our business and everything, right? So
Yeah. Awesome. That's something that I need to get better. I work and live and my dogs and everything in the same space. I don't have another place to go to. uh, so we haven't mentioned that you are an online business coach, and obviously you are coaching people, and there are people looking up to you. And how do you keep the people that you're coaching, motivated?
you know it's a tricky thing, because it really, at the end of the day, it all boils down to each person, right? So
Mhm.
I like I said, with consistency, I stay in touch with the people that I mentor and I coach all the time. But at the end of the day, each person has to be willing to step up and to show up, right? So if I'm communicating with them but I'm never getting any communication back, it can't be a one-way street, right? So I think one of the most powerful things in motivating, and I do this with my team, is we share a lot of anything that motivates me or that I find inspiration from. I'll share it with my team, and they do the same things back, and I've encouraged them to do the same things back, so that everybody can feel that inspiration. And because we all have hard days, right?
Yeah.
And we all have days
Yeah.
where we don't feel like showing up, or we don't feel like communicating with anybody. We all have those days. It's part of human nature. But when we can inspire other people, or share our experiences, or just say, hey, I'm here to listen, I think that goes a long way in
No
helping people
problem.
to feel motivated to continue on, right? And then also, just being consistent myself with my business and showing people by example, right?
Yeah.
Because if I wasn't being consistent, and yet I'm telling the people I mentor and coach to be consistent with their businesses and show up for themselves, it doesn't work, right? Because they see that I'm
Yeah.
not.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the
Mhm.
most important things as a mentor and a coach is to lead by example and do the things that you would want your team or your coaching team to do, right? So
Totally. Totally. Yeah. You cannot tell people that do as I say, not as I do. So
yeah,
that
exactly.
that doesn't work. So,
Yeah.
uh, Stella, do you have more questions?
Um, I think people out there also looking for, start an online business like you and your mom and your cousin and like me and Jacob. But sometimes there's a day or people who also, still doubt if this is the right thing for them. Do you have, something that can encourage them to look into it, or if this is the right thing for them, or um,
Yeah, one of the things that I think is most important for everybody to remember is that we are capable of so much more than we believe we are, right? I I never in my wildest dreams would have thought that I would run an online business. And then on top of that, I never would have thought that I'd be coaching people how to do the same thing either. That was not even in I didn't even think that would be something I'd be capable of. I could scroll
Yeah.
social media. I was pro at the scroll, but I I didn't realize that there was so much more that I could do, right? And so I think that's the thing, is people need to believe that they are actually capable.
Mhm.
And then when you start to believe that you're capable of a lot more, you're willing to take those risks and those chances to learn things and to grow outside your comfort zone, right? So that's what I would say to people is believe in yourself, because when you can start believing in yourself, amazing things will happen.
Yes. Yeah. I think everybody needs to believe that you are capable of a lot more and you are deserve a lot more in life. So that's wonderful that you shared that with us. So thank you to coming on our show today. Thank you so much. And everybody, this is Talia and I'm Jacob and this is Stella. And we will see you guys next week. And thank you. Bye for now.
Thank you.